Well, good afternoon, Murray.
Good afternoon, Dave.
I'm happy to be part of this interview process, and I'm imagining people looking at the website and watching this. They want to know you, to know your credibility, and to know where you're coming from with what we're about to talk about. I suppose I should just say I've known you for years. We both have financial accreditations, but we also go beyond that. And my personal interest is what I would describe as, and maybe I've made this up, secular spirituality, um, about the depth of life, who we are we more than a body and a mind? So, Tony Bray is my name. So, Murray, Morphosis, a wonderful title. How does that come about, and what does that mean to capture?
The title, did you say?
Morphosis.
Oh, Morphosis. Very good. Well, Morphosis is relates to the transition from one form to another, and I thought it was a way of capturing the sort of transformation that takes place when we awaken or we increase our awareness, and when that happens, there is a real change that can occur, and we can create changes in both our physical world and in the spiritual world.
How did you get to be interested in thinking deeper at this level? And given that you're not conditioned by philosophical training, you've come through the financial world, you've probably gone through Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you're at that self-actualization area now, where you can think in a peaceful environment. So, you know, how did you get interested in this, and how have you arrived where you are now?
That's a good question, Tony, because I think for all of us this is a journey, and probably the most profound journey we will ever undertake. And that is the whole journey of who are we, why are we here? And the who are we is like, who am I really? And that's a question that challenged me a lot in life when I came up against emotional or failures or things that happened in my life that I didn't truly understand. And I was determined to find the answers to. And I looked for the answers in the same way that other people do, but it really wasn't until I basically put a mirror in front of me and realized that all of the answers really come from within, and the only thing we can change in life is ourselves and our thoughts. And that's really profound, because when we can change our way of thinking and our way of being, our whole world changes.
So, everyone can accept we're a body and a mind. Do you think there's something more going on than we recognize?
Sure. Well, yeah. So the process that I learnt to go through of self-discovery was a process that involved a lot of work in understanding who I am not, because we are all conditioned to think that we are like the product of our environment, our upbringing, our genetics. We play all these roles in life, like father, brother, son, our career, our job. We identify with that. We identify with our relationships. We identify with our possessions, with where we live. And we get so tied up with that. And in these days, our Facebook image, or the image that we portray of ourselves, always trying to look good. And when we realise that that doesn't necessarily make us happy, doesn't necessarily put us in tune with who we really are. It's a big realisation. And so for me, it was the process of stripping all that away to be left with, well, who am I? And then that's when the exciting part of the journey starts. And that's when we realise that who we are in our essence is not necessarily who we are being in our real world. And that is quite an amazing journey, and that may sound a bit esoteric, but what I mean by who we are in our essence, for me, I had to discover that I was trying to do all of these things in life and impress and achieve, as a lot of men do. And that wasn't necessarily giving me peace or satisfaction. It wasn't. It was mainly because I really wasn't in tune with who I am. And that discovery of finding my inner child was quite a journey and a process. And that's what I'm now passionate about with sharing and helping people get the tools, the knowledge, the concepts, the ways of being to help them realize who they really are.